Alrighty, welcome everybody. We're gonna have just some fun on a Tuesday night here. So we are in the 22nd 4ID West server today. Looks like we're playing on Kharkov at the moment. Gonna be casting from the Allied side. Just trying to have some fun, highlight some players here. Just a regular public match, nothing too crazy going on here. But we are popping in about half hour after this, so appreciate you guys joining us today. Just looking to have a good old time. We also have the interns running around on the backside, aka the kids, the children, so I apologize for any information or anything that you'll hear from the backside. Just the wonderful kiddos back there. Love them to death. But we're not going to do a TPL level broadcast today. We are just having some fun here. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. About an hour and 6 minutes remaining on this match here between the Allied and the Axis powers. Russians trying to hold back the Axis and take it over their lands here in the Kharkov region. Axis, though, gaining quick control over St. Mary. Struggling. They've been fighting here over windmill for the last 20 so minutes, so let's see what Commander and Charlie has going on. IDK T-Bell with a good little observation post up here in the windmill. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what he's looking at, because he has got a lot of allies there storming down that road. Alright, we're going to back out of here because we really can't see what he's looking at, but as you can see, he's got quite the good level of sight here. Coming right out of this. Just has to time it. Don't want to kill the propellers. Much like a World War II pilot or a World War I pilot. Just wants to make sure he doesn't shoot down his own plane. Just in the form of a windmill. So we got cap pressure coming in for the Axis forces as they have pushed out the majority of the Allied forces here. Axis supplies already dropping down on Windmill Hillside. And give a shout out to our members of the 22nd 4ID community. One of the best communities out there in console. I highly suggest you guys go ahead and take a look at their... Come join us in Discord, have some fun. Got plenty of community events. Times like this where I pop on and I also cast, so those of you that don't participate in some of the competitive Hell Deadliest play, you're always welcome to come and enjoy some of the fun public casting here. It always brings an extra level of fun when you are able to go ahead and see yourself running around on the screen. But Grizzly, man, just trying to get out of here. But the way they run around, though, looks like he may have been satcheled. Let's do a quick glance around him here. Not seeing any sparks on here, but it doesn't mean that he's not satcheled. Sometimes we don't have that wonderful angle. Axis forces still are pushing in here. About 3/4 of the way capped here on Windmill. Even the Allies in quite a predicament here as they only have one garrison up here in Fuel Dump. But let's be honest, it is a public match, so we are just lucky to have some garrisons. With that, point goes to the Axis forces. So let's go ahead. We're going to update our little handy-dandy scoreboard here. Going 4-1 to the Axis forces. With that, it's going to be a straight run here onto German fuel dump as Bonekopf is able to get around here and get this heavy tank out for the Allies, leaving them a little bit weak on the armor side. We got one light tank, one medium tank. The Allies not wanting to give up yet. They've got a good, solid line of defense here. Really going to be difficult here for the Axis forces to get in. So let's take a look and see what the commander of the Axis forces currently has. Give them a quick shout out. Let's see if we can find him here. Mason is rad. Yes, rad. Mason, I fully agree. Anybody that takes up a commander role here in the public cast is very much rad. Thank you very much for your service, sir. Just enjoying your nice little attic there. Just trying to stay alive, making sure he's there for his troops as they need him. Boomer Bob, though, down here. 790, member of the 22nd 4ID group. Just seeing what he can do to get around here on the backside. Sorry, Scooby-Doo, we are not accepting people into this Mystery Incorporated clan today, this group. Just us. As we are casting this match here. Looks like there was a change in allied commanders. Smoke Khrushchev Day is now our commander, so thank you very much for taking the step up, helping us out here. Got Rick Fandango here, also a member of the 22nd 4ID here for the Axis Forces, squad leading. Enjoys long walks on the beach. Pina coladas. And getting caught in the rain. Also a huge proponent of movies. Don't forget to check out Fandango.com. Not sponsored in any way. But you will find nothing about Rick Fandango there. Just simply a last name play. Rick Fandango looking through his handy-dandy binoculars, trying to spot some of those allied forces. Now here on the caster side, we do have the advantage of seeing pretty much where all of these little blueberries are. However, if we take away all the caster advantage, you can kind of see it's a little difficult for them to see everything. So, caster advantage, very much a true thing here. Cyant K just trying to get an angle, trying to not get noticed by this tank, but in doing so, keep shifting around the hay bale. Very well could leave himself open to some fire here on the backside. He is staring down the mouth of two tanks. That, my friend, would not end up being a good day for him if he were to pop out. But here, we got a Katushka strike coming in here for the Allied forces. Let's go ahead and back up here and just enjoy one of the greatest looks in this Hell Let Loose game as those rockets start flying in. Explosions going everywhere. It's just a pretty thing. It's often fun to see them come in. You're like, oh, I can dodge, dip, dive, dodge. Nope. Often those suckers come in, you're just like, it's my time. Take me. All right, putting back the good old HUD here for us. Let's take a look, see. It looks like the Allies were able to get some spawns here behind as they have some garrisons up here on the eastern side over by logging factory here. I think that's what that point is called. I gotta play this map a little bit more. Lieutenant Pickle trying to stay alive, keep his guys here as Red Panda is trying to climb on up. Sadistic Worm seeking refuge inside as he is a medic. Ultimately, we want to try to save as many bodies as he can, but as we see this battle commence here, we can see that the cap pressure starts to come in for the Axis forces on Fuel Dump. Appears that there's a lot of guys coming in from the western side of Fuel Dump. Dark Fiend with his little machine gun right there, just trying to be a nuisance here for a lot of these guys up here. Let me know, Dark Fiend is actually a very intelligent member here of the 22nd. Real life, did a lot of schooling to do what he does. Just trains on this MP42. We trust him greatly to support our troops. Master, he's a fiend, as they say behind the MG. The Axis forces continue to flood on in here to the point. Medic Mal trying to just find cover. Running into the barn here. Allied forces, though, pretty much are taken away. Commander Smoke Khrushchev trying to get an airhead down here, but I think it's going to come in just a little too late, as that still has about 30 seconds before it's going to touch down and about 30 seconds until it is able to spawn, and we're inside 1 minute of cap left here. Looks like we did get a spawn here on the garrison, but it was not quite enough to get point capture pressure back onto it, so the Allied force is in deep trouble. Now we are near 3/4 of the way capped on this point. EKS Imperial and his crew, Battlefrost, watch out for them as we move into later sessions here this evening. And look, causing for some problems here on the Allied tanking side. Watch out, they're often deadly with their crew here. Take a look and see we've got some of our friends Shiver and Katie Bear in here as well. Men are crazy when it comes to the tanking world. Love having them in here. Remember, if it's your cash and you need it now, make sure you call JG Wentworth. 867 cash now or something like that. Oh, and he gets blown up by the tank. He's going to need some cash to cover some of those medical bills. Looks like the Allies were able to get back. Airhead is live, so they've got a couple of spawns here now for the Allies. Cap pressure coming back in favor of the defending Allies. We do have an Axis tank here. Axis Panther just pulling up. Now, the Panther is one that you normally get to see here in the Hell Let Loose competitive scene, mostly because of the ban. But it got behind it on the backside here. Pop 6. Doing what he can with Grizzly to take it out, and he gets a couple shots into that Panther. Really giving it a hard time. But Ajun able to get right back there and take him out. When you're in such a light tank, you gotta do a little bit here. But unfortunately, that heavy tank is difficult to get out of there. But hey, Pops and Grizzly giving it their best go here. Weaponized Autist taking out his repair torch, getting some repairs on the back of his Panthers. Tayo and War Daddy remain inside the tank, ready to move at a moment's notice. You can see cap pressure contested here now, both sides. A little bit coming back in for the Axis powers. Still got the 2 garrisons up for the Allies, but they have got a good wrap controlling the perimeter of fuel dump here. Germans really wanting to get their fuel, but it sounds like we've got an Axis bombing run about to come on in. Let's see how many people it gets. Oh, JG Wentworth again is taken out. But it misses the garrison, so unfortunately for Commander Rad back there, just killing some bodies, but they'll be quick to respawn back in. Lifty getting some shots on some of these Axis forces, trying to force their way here into the point. Let's take a look and see what Swifty's looking at here. For those of you who are unfamiliar here with what Hell Let Loose is, Hell Let Loose is a competitive 50 versus 50 World War II shooter. For those of you that really enjoyed kind of boots on the ground, World at War, Call of Duties, Medal of Honor back in the day, this is really kind of what you would love to go back and this would have been your wonderful daydream back there in the day. So essentially, this game mode that we are seeing is called Warfare. Warfare is fought between 2 teams of up to 50 players and trying to control 5 points. So let's go ahead, while we're at a stalemate right here, forces are pushing in. Look at the map here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 main points. At the start of each match, 2 sectors are controlled by each team, with the middle sector here being completely open. It's uncontested, and so both teams dive on into that middle sector and they try to cap that portion. Once they are able to cap, they'll then move to what we kind of see now, where we have 2 different points, an attacking point and a defensive point for both teams. Both teams are trying to attack the other team's point and gain a cap advantage, as we can kind of see the Ally or the Axis forces doing here, as they are slowly but surely eroding the Allied defenses, kind of wrapping them up inside of all these barrels, as well as the houses here on the backside where that garrison is. And so the idea is you want to have more bodies in the sector than your enemy forces do. And when I mean sector, it's going to be these 4 boxes around the main point. So the main point consists of a hard cap area, which is this circle, and that can vary in size depending on what the point is. Some are bigger, some are smaller. But as long as you have bodies inside of the 4 grid squares inside of that area, respectively, you'll contribute to what they call cap pressure. And once you have more cap pressure than your opponent in those sectors, you will begin to control it. And as you can see, the Allied forces now are defending, meaning they have a higher cap pressure than the Axis forces that are attacking. And so they are defending. If that last bar at the top of your screen goes all the way to the right, or all the way from right to left of red, that means it's going to be captured by the Axis forces or the opposite team of what we are. And so tonight I'll be casting matches from the Allied side just for the sake of our, the scoreboard there, with the Allies being blue, Axis being red. And so from there, what we will do is basically, okay, sorry, let's walk back here just a second. I'm getting ahead of myself. So hard cap here, if somebody's inside of this shaded kind of zebra out circle like you would see there, or up here on fuel dump, consisting pretty much here to here, you can see I'm on my pings there. That means they're going to contribute their normal cap pressure of 1 plus an additional 1. And the commander has the ability to lay down additional powers that allows them to, for a short amount of time, about 4 minutes, I believe, 2 minutes, to reinforce that. So anybody of his friendly team that's inside of that contributes a little bit extra cap pressure. I believe it goes to 3, gets him 1 more. So if you're starting to lose that point, you'll often see teams suck down here into that soft cap sector in order to try to give as much of a help on that point as they possibly can. And so that's how the game goes. Often takes 90 minutes, depending on how things go. Sometimes it can be done quickly, sometimes it can be done not as quickly, but hey, at the end of the day, we are here just to have some fun. We like to have some good competitive matches here on the channel. But on nights like this, we are here just purely for the fun of it. So we're gonna pop on down here, highlight Boomer Bob and Dingo. Looks like they're getting some good pressure. They were able to eradicate the Axis forces here on the backside. So good for them. We are now starting to get cap pressure for the Allies onto windmills. So just when we thought we were about to see a victory for the Axis forces, the Allies come on in and they're able to get this turned around. Getting some cap pressure here on the windmills. They're going to be looking to try to get garrisons up here on the front side. They're going to need to get some more spawns because that is a long way for them to have to run. It's like Lieutenant Mike Honcho and Ace, were just a little bit too slow. I don't know if they were eliminated by each other. That's honestly the worst death you could possibly have in Hell Let Loose, thinking you got the advantage on person, but they pulled the trigger right at the same time as you, and fortunately, you both take each other out. Nothing frustrating. Nothing more frustrating, except maybe like laying a supply box down, trying to build something, getting killed right before you build it. That's pretty frustrating too. Let's not even get started on the ping. Lags sometimes. For the most part though, these are wonderful matches. Wonderful maps, we love them. Love them. Go ahead and said we're going to send out a quick broadcast message to let people know here that we are streaming. If they want to tune on in, that they have the ability to do so. All right, broadcast message has been sent out. We'll go ahead and take a look and see how many people we end up getting here just for kicks and giggles on the cast. Appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm gonna be your streamer today, Night Falcon. Member of the EPL stream team right now. Going out there. It looks like we have an Axis Airhead that's trying to pop down here just north of Factory here. Looks like nobody is in the area of it, so that's very much going to go open here. Alright, pubcasting. I don't know why it's wanting to pop over there, but it is, unfortunately, as we navigate away from this scene. But at the end of the day, I am a one-man show around here. Wish I could say we had some interns, you know, pushing some buttons on the backside, but unfortunately we don't have budget for that, even though interns normally are going to be, you know, free. Well, free labor. All been there down the intern front. Been there, done that. Here around Falcon Studios, we very much enjoy having everybody have a good old time here. Just trying to provide some fun, give everybody a sense of what this Hell Let Loose scene is all about. Bennett Cow taken out though. Dasser trying to get angles on some of these bad guys on the other side. Fortunately, he's got a PPSH, and that does not do much for him. I can barely hit anything about 10 feet in front of me, let alone a whole frickin' valley. Boomer Bob here trying to make a play on this though. Throw grenades up over the point. You can see the man sticking through the wall. Kibber 40, just firing away. But Boomer Bob with the grenade clears him out. Had he been born in America, he would have been all about that baseball life. Hurling it way up over the house. Dormammu, though, trying to rip it on out here with his MG42. Definitely got a lot of angles here for people to go ahead and pop on out, especially as they get exposed trying to cross that wonderful, wonderful alley. We're going to stick here with Boomer Bob, though, as he keeps on trying to push. Taking out Creamster. Dormammu, though, in there as well. Let's take a look and see how that battle's going to go. Oh, Dormammu. Got a shot on Boomer. We are trapped inside the building. Let's go ahead and get on out here. Looks like Boomer was eliminated. Nope, Boomer now eliminated by Dormammu. Boomer had gone upstairs. Dormammu stayed down. Let's take a look and see what's on Sir Himothy's mind here as he pushes towards Medic Mal and Creamster again. Sir Himothy gets some shots on Blackie here. Blackie Chano trying to shoot on through with his STG-44. EKS Imperial, noticing that the guy is behind him with the rockets, pops on out and gets him with the pistol. Big play here as he leaves his crew. Oh, but unfortunately, Medic Mal from the backside gets another rocket, making EKS Imperial's life no longer worth it. He goes ahead and gives up, looking to join his friends in another iron coffin on the backside. Oh, and look at that. We have missed the full point here. We have got cap pressure coming on in here. They have captured that point, so we are on a 3-2 right now. For the Axis forces still leading. Shout out to our friend Senpai again. Called him out in previous streams here. Used to be a member of the 22nd 4ID, now shooting from the hip with Legion. One of the top teams on console. For those of you that aren't aware of this, you know, this, for a lot of us, is more than just a video game. Full-on community. So here, this server is sponsored by the 22nd 4ID. Discord, as you can see right up at the very top. It is in white, so that makes it maybe a little difficult to see. But you're always welcome to come join a community here. If you pop into our server, anybody with a 4ID tag, 22nd tag, all members of the group, We like to have fun with each other here, have good old times and community events. We do various community events. Tuesday nights are tank nights normally. So we got some tankers that are going to be out there. We also have good shooter nights. Good shooter nights, basically, those are ones for us all to kind of work on our shooting skills. Just rifles. We don't like to have explosives or anything there. Just try to get better at hitting targets, hitting pixels. But highly recommend jumping on. This is the console side of Hell Let Loose, so highly recommend jumping in, taking a look at some of the communities out there. Pathfinder's there, Dog, 11th, 79th, Taco, Legion. Lots of teams out there have their own Discords and great communities out there, all of them. A lot of them are different. Some mesh well with others. So I highly recommend you guys jump on into some servers, join some Discords, get to know some people, because at the end of the day, this game is a heck of a lot funner to play when you have people that you know that you're playing with. I've been a member of the 22nd here for about just over a year, actually. Just hit my year mark about 2 weeks ago. Very much a proud member of the 22nd. Also, along with community events, they also have the ability, you also have the ability to play competitive games. Now, what are competitive games when it comes to Hell Let Loose? Well, let me tell you. So, what competitive is we use this same mode here, Warfare. And Warfare, you usually get to line up against competitive teams. Now, competitive teams can be built out of 49 versus 49. That's as high as it normally goes. They do that so that people like me can get in and cast those matches. And then also there are other divisions for smaller teams where you would have 30 people versus 30 people, 35s versus 35s, 40s versus 40s. For those of you that like to tank, there are tank-only leagues. DMT is one on console. We shout out to a fellow streamer, Smithers, as he likes to go and help cast some of those matches for DMT. Pits 4 tanks against 4 tanks. No infantry, so you don't have to worry about them. It's all a matter of just kind of creeping up, getting shots on people with the tank, getting double taps, meaning teaming up with your tanks and hitting tanks at the same time. Always a good time. But if you are interested in joining competitive Hell Let Loose, I invite you to go again to one of those Discords. You're always welcome to join 22nd. Discord is there on the screen for you. We'd love to have you. Plenty of scrims coming up here in the next couple weeks, along with our TPL season that we have going on right now. Currently, we're playing in Division 2 amongst teams such as HLLD, 9PZ, First, TFMC, and Pathfinders. I don't think I said Pathfinders. That makes up our whole division here. Currently, we are 0-2, unfortunately. Played 2 toughest teams here in the division. 3 matches to go. Looking to get some wins in that column. Last season, though, we were in Division 5, running 35s versus 35s, and we ended up winning that. Great match over ANZR. It's always a welcome, awesome time when we play ANZR. Another fun thing about the competitive life of Hell Let Loose here is that you often get to play teams from all around the world. So, for example, we've had the chance to play not only American teams, we've played Brazilian teams, we've played Russian teams, Polish teams, teams based out of the UK, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, really anywhere around the world you can think about it. There is a Hell Let Loose community for you. So whether you want it to be in English, or you want to try to find some other language servers, maybe in your own native language, highly recommend you looking out. I know GOAT is one, all about the Spanish, Portuguese, South America teams, SAP, OCL, other South American teams. Invite you to check them out. No, gets obliterated. Sorry, didn't catch your name, but oh boy, you were taken from us too soon. He's a guy trying to just find his way up in this attic here, trying to get an angle on people. Very awkward window, you kind of have to lean through. Hard Daddy looks like he's found his way up into an attic as well. Yes, he has. This one's probably a little bit better as it is a downhill angle. The Allied force is definitely good, making good pressure here. Still controlling windmills. And again, I just get talking, get a little behind here. My apologies to everybody as I am slow on the button today. But we're gonna go ahead and pop that to a 3-2 here. Axis forces are pushing in though. Battery Hat deciding to go with the strategy of staying right in the middle of the field. Looks like that one didn't turn out for him, so maybe we'll try a different strategy on the backside. Axis forces though pushing on into here as Brad Doc just tries to stay alive, and unfortunately he is dead. Didn't last very long as CEO got up there and was able to take him out. But we've got Mimic, Cleanup Leader, and Fartagast here. Just trying to stay alive in their medium tank. Oh, sorry, heavy tank. That is an IS-1. That is my apologies. Again, gotta just play more as the Russians, as familiar with their tanks. Bajin getting a shot on him though. Hit the side. Unfortunately, that bazooka from the States, not too good unless you get it right behind. But we got Jewish over here. Still good though to see some rockets coming in. Don't often get that major. Getting some shots, getting a track here. And it's Johnny coming in from the backside here. Spun off the OP. More rockets coming on in, but Mimic and his crew just taking it. It's Johnny is eliminated. As the Axis forces now approach 2/3 of the way capped here on windmills. Now winning a very good, strong portion of the match here. Alrighty, and with 33 minutes to go, it looks like the Axis forces are going to get back on a cap here on windmills. Oh, but right at the end here, Axis supply drop coming down on point. Dr. Pepper taken out by the tank. 23 wonderful flavors, I must say. Got progress coming back in with the defensive side allies here. They've been able to force many of these players out of the way. Taking down Ether, though, that's a big play here for the Allied side, as he might have been able to get some supplies up and a garrison here for the Axis side. But it looks like those supplies were eliminated, so unfortunately for them, those supplies are no longer available to make that garrison. PH7, though, can really help his team out, getting drop box here. Rick Fandango going down. Mike Honcho might have been getting that shot on him. Don't know, though. Let's go ahead and take a look. See who's laying in with the MG here. Doorman for you. Doorman, you here. Just laying some hate with that MG. Plenty of MGs going on right now. So, Axis forces definitely going with the mentality of accuracy by volume here, as they have gained that cap. Going back to a 4-1 for the Axis forces. Kind of give you an insight of what led us to this point here. Axis forces were able to get St. Mary down there on mid-cap. We're able to get up to Hillside, and we're able to get some pressure onto the German field dump. Had about halfway cap, but the Allied forces were able to go ahead and spawn on back in, get some cap pressure, defend it, get back out here, and now we just have Windmill Hillside going back and forth here, as it now has been capped 3 or 4 times here, both sides getting pressure on it. But now they are forced back into these giant open fields here on Kharkov here. Mikkel taken out here by Artie, coming in from the Artie side, the Axis side. Hopefully it was Axis. Does not look like there are any allied artillery guns running at the moment. Nothing worse than getting that explosion popping on down. Only see that you were killed by a friendly. Sheryeski trying to find a nice little area underneath this windmill. Pancake 7716, though not aware of him being back there. Hears him, though, as he is holding that angle. Just doing what he can to make sure he stays the owner of that. Suryeski, though, moving around. Pancake most likely hearing him. It's Johnny. He's back off of his little explosion that we saw in the OPU sooner earlier. But Mr. Pancake does not know Suryeski is behind him, but it's Johnny eliminated by Pancake. 7716. 77 with the kill on the stream here. Well done. IDK T-Bell doesn't know Pancake's there. Pancake get a shot. Oh, but TK Bell. IDK T-Bell flips around on him. Sure, Pancake not happy with that as he died to a pistol. Always a little bit of a slap in the face for the pistol. PH7451 making his way up through the dry creek bed here. Getting over to where the Allied forces are. Looking around though. Looks like he might have gotten a look on Silak there. Taking him out with the Kar 98. The PH7451 tip of the spear here. Leading the attack. Trying to clear out Allied forces. Looks like there are a lot of bad guys on the far side. The Axis forces may have gotten another airhead down. Go ahead and zoom away from this and see what other advantages are going on here. As PH741 being very patient. Pyro pushing on up, taken out by MOC. Pulling Seepin. AD Ball. And Mike Honcho trying to go for the relative safety of the buildings. Oh! Got blown to smithereens right there. Most likely Evo, seeing that happen, knowing that he does not want to make his way out from the relative safety of this burnt out Jeep. A lot of people call this PTSD simulator. And with something like that, he's definitely going to have to be kept up. One of the cooler graphics that we see in the game is a ricochet as we're seeing it off that tank on the left side of our screen there. Another rocket coming in and exploding on the front armor of that. Fortunate for the Axis powers. Gonna take a look here, see how we're developing on this western flank here. Rick Bandango and B1X, we're just gonna call him 2302 here. Running around Dithlax, and 2302 did not see each other. So they will continue along their ways, like two ships passing in the night. Oh, but Dithlax is taken out. Going with the strategy of, again, staying right in the middle of the field. A lot of people taking that option today, and frankly, it is not quite going their way. Take a look quick at the map, see where the Allied forces are kind of bunched up. Ah, we just lost the Allied medium tank here, so the T-34 is gone. We've got one garrison up. A few different OPs, but slowly but surely, they're getting weeded out by the Axis forces as we're hitting 27 minutes left in this match. With a strong push coming from the Allied forces, or the Axis forces here on the western side. Julius Caesar and Whippy, Ohio making appearances today, also members of the 22nd 4ID. Whippy, Ohio normally putting up 100 kills in a match. Julius Caesar running around in the tanks. But today, trading out the tank for the MG as he runs up the field. Looking to lay some hay with his MG42. And with that, gap pressure is coming in for the Axis forces. It's like the push that they're getting from this western side as they approach into the point here is leading to cap pressure. Allied forces are starting to defend, though. No reinforced laid down by Commander Smoke Cruise Ship Day. And appreciate you guys joining us today. I am Night Falcon here, streaming matches here on the 22nd 4ID West server. Discord invite link is right above the scoreboard there, so anybody that's interested in joining the 22nd 4ID, we welcome you with open arms. Always happy to have some fellow friends. So I was mentioning earlier, lots of community events, lots of good people there, lots of fun Discord chats to keep your day up, Did I mention we have a couple games on our server here? Portal being a popular one amongst the group. You can compare stats, see how you compare to the rest of the team, the rest of the community. But one that has recently showed a lot of interest from all different groups. 22nd 4ID have our own Dink Doink Tree, where members of the 22nd 4ID Discord can go in and offer services to water said digital tree. Currently, we are, what, somewhere in the 4,000th area of the longest trees in the world in that Discord server. So hop on in. If you do nothing else in Discord, invite you to hit that button to water the plant. Who knows, you might just be able to catch some apples as they fall from the tree. Catch some bugs. Or even potentially get a golden apple. Hop on in today, have some fun as we grow our digital tree. I know it's currently in space. Don't know if it's passing any planets yet. Venus running through the trench though. Von Zeben though does not see him. He lays out with that machine gun. I'm afraid Tinus might know he's there, but Tinus able to just get by undetected. Tinus though lobbing a grenade up. Let's see if Von Zeben reacts. Oh, nope. Von Zeben disappears. Just like a Thanos snap, gone in an instant. Didn't even give us the ability to see him burn into dust. Alright, so Allied forces back in control here of Fuel Dump, as it looks like that push from the west has been eliminated. And the Axis forces now in strong control over the buildings just around Watermill Hillside. Lambwell here. Let's take a look and see what Lambwell is going to be able to do. Let's go in here in the Falcon Cast. We do have the ability to see some of these X-ray visions here. We are able to see that Whale was able to take out the Axis to forces up there. A1RL coming around. Lamb White taking him out though. PH7451. Let's see if his patient play comes in here as he is yielding the assault pass here. Lambwell getting him though. PH7451 not knowing where he was exactly. He knew he was up there, but did not know exactly where he was. So Lambwell doing everything he can to stay alive. Hoping those Axis soldiers just continue to push on up those stairs. I just saw our next map is going to be Carentan. Carentan, one of my favorite maps here in the Hello Earth community. Should be a good old time. Hoping for some tight close quarters action. Should be a good old time. Dasser, member of the 22nd 4ID, watering that tree between spawns. Good for him. Dasser, a very active member of the 22nd 4ID. He is very good at watering the tree. So if you need an example, be like Dasser. Make sure you pop into the 22nd 4ID server, water that tree. Let's get it up to number 1. 22nd 4ID tree to the moon, as they would say. Awake hitting us in the chat here. Definitely also a member of the 22nd 4ID. Also a fellow caster for TPL. One of those people that got me into it a little bit. And was able to pick his brain a little bit, make sure I knew what was going on. I knew how to run these interesting little programs here that we use. So on the back of Car Daddy here, the Allied forces feeling emboldened by his play with the smoke are trying to push back up into the point. Coomer here on the backside looking to try to lay some hate with his MG. Again, running with that MG meta here for the Axis forces. Very strong play. Big open fields, plenty of things to run across. But here we have a sighting of an AT gun. Something you don't normally find here in a public match, as it takes a little bit of coordination to be able to put those up. Pizza Fresh and Gonzo, though, load it on up. Wait for that fog to disappear. They can get some shots of whatever Axis tank might be on that backside. Boomer, though, not seeing them would have been easy pickings for him. The tank here for Mimic. Possibly with some trouble, as CEO is able to get a mine down, blowing himself up in the process, but taken out. So we're going to call that a big brain play here for CEO, doing whatever he could to get rid of that tank, as they did not know that he was behind him. Awesome play with the AT mine, though. Don't see that a lot. You just get lots of rockets, lots of satchels. But those AT mines are not normally pulled out, so good to see some people. Not bad, everyone. Gotta adjust some of those hotkeys, I guess. All right, so Axis forces coming in big from the western side of the map. Here's that they got a garrison up here. Yes, they did. One garrison right along the red line there. Soviet truck going up in smoke. But we are also getting plenty of Axis forces from the backside. Looks like they may have gotten an airhead up. Command mark coming in from I-Squad. We have OPs up in the area. Sorry, Mr. Sigback. We are not accepting invitees at the moment. Sorry, Sigback. Nothing against you. Passed the match out here. All right, just like that, Axis forces are halfway capped here on the final point. German fuel dump. Just weeding out the Allied forces. No spawns, no garrisons for the Allies. And unfortunately, that means they are not going to be able to get into this cap. So with this, we should start here in Erica here soon. Here, the anthem for the Axis forces when they get a victory. All right, and with that, the Axis forces have won this match. On to Carentown we go. All right, let's look for somebody that's been playing today in the server for a while. Low number, we'll give them our commendation here. Spread the love here. 17, Pancake 7716 did get some highlighted here. We'll give him a commendation. Good scores all around. Give him some love. As we have now gone 5-0 here for the Axis forces. right, and with that, we were going to step away for just a moment while we wait for the next match to start up here. We'll let you guys go ahead and enjoy our wonderful Hair and Tan intro here. Alright, with that, all right, everyone. Thank you very much for your patience as we had to get some of the interns some food here. Let's go ahead. We're going to open up a squad here. We'll reset our score. All right. Go ahead and pop on back in here. All right, let's go ahead. While we're waiting for this initial cap to happen, let's take a quick peek in. Looks like we got some comments here. All right, we are back on here. I gotta really work with those hotkeys. Cap pressure going in here for the Allied forces here. IDKT Battle Fever leading out the charge here onto the southern side. Darkfiend with his boys all the way up in the top. Darkfiend again, rocking that MG squad. Sorry, Mr. Jack Sparrow. Not room enough on this ship for more than one person. Weaponized autists going around trying to get an angle on people. Captain Jack Sparrow again requesting. Unfortunately, we are not able to accommodate said request today. Hard Daddy and Weaponized going at each other here. Weaponized, though, getting around. Doesn't know Card Daddy's there. Card Daddy doesn't know he's there either. We're going to keep following Weaponized here as he is pushing into the point. Cap pressure now nearing 2/3 here for the Allied forces. Cruiser coming around the corner. Oh, takes out weaponized autist. Shout out to the autism community. Very close to us here at Falcon Studios. One of our interns does have autism, currently nonverbal. But he's very much into music. And you might hear it in the background. Currently, he is loving K-pop Demon Hunters, and I'm sure if you guys have heard that music going around. Looks like the Axis forces, though, haven't been able to get control back over the southern side of the cap pressure here on Town Center. Couldn't have asked for a better point, though, here for our Tuesday night broadcast here. Appreciate you guys tuning in. If you like what we're doing here, we do this every once in a while here on the 22nd Floor ID server. I'm your host, Night Falcon. Just trying to provide everybody with an opportunity to see themselves here as they play this wonderful game of Hell Let Loose that we all love so much. If you like this, I invite you to start looking at the Hell Let Loose community scene. I also am a streamer for TPL. Current league that's going on right now, it's called the Premier League of Hell Let Loose. Invite you guys to go check them out. Still time to join in on teams. If you're not a fan of the 22nd, there are plenty of servers, plenty of groups out there all around the world. I'd like you guys to go take a look at them and see which one meets your fancy. Playing all type of formats, 30s versus 30s, all the way up to 49 versus 49. The game itself can handle 50 versus 50, but we like to keep a room open here for people like myself to go ahead and cast. Just a reminder to everybody on the stream today, this cast is delayed 15 minutes. In that 15 minutes of public match, normally you are able to have plenty of dynamic movement around. Garrison's taken up, Garrison's removed. As Captain Sessenbolt is eliminated. And the pressure from Ruins goes away. So with that 15-minute delay, everything is delayed. People watching the stream, looking to stream snipe. In the lobby with us here. All right. So for everybody out there, we will no longer look at said map. I'll make sure everybody has fun in here. Because that's what we are all about today, is just having fun. As Boomer Bob sees the Tiger tank, Panther tank trying to help him out. Looks like we have a little bit of a traffic jam here going between Sergeantism and Mimic. Hopefully they'll be able to get that sorted out. We will no longer pull up the map to try to help people on the backside there. Prevent the stream sniping that could possibly be going on. We see a bombing run coming through for the Axis forces. Taking out a good number of guys here that have been pushing right up the middle, pushing into ruins. So not only was it able to get a little bit onto the town center area, clearing them out, but also into the ruins area. Interns currently in the back are definitely having some fun. I apologize that they do have to join me again today in the broadcast. But like I said, this is all for fun, kicks and giggles. Tainted Victory trying to push up with his squad mates here on the southern side. Here we are, 15 minutes into this stream here. Pancake7716 trading in his white from the snowy fields of Kharkov here for the sunny side of Erentan here. Trying to force these allied forces from coming in. Stop these allied forces from coming in. Pancake eliminated from the backside of our stream. Appreciate everybody joining us today. 22nd 480 West server here. Just out here having some fun on this Tuesday evening. Like we're getting some action here on a tank. Julius Caesar in his tank. But Donnie M4 getting a rocket shot right up the backside here. Stewart is engined. Unfortunately, Donnie not able to take him out. Julius Caesar still inside here, spinning that turnaround, trying to get what he can. Getting some shots. Donnie, though, not knowing. Just trying to do whatever he can to make sure his guys know what's going on. It looks like we have some spawns coming in from the backside for the Allies. Unsure exactly where they are, but we will not expose their location here as Julius Caesar is still camping out inside of his tank. Donnie M4 looking to try to find some rocket ammo. Looks like he was able to acquire some from Paka. Donnie M4, one of our defensive men here in the 22nd 480. Looks like leading with Mike Honcho here. Gonna be battling over this tank of Mr. Julius Caesar. But Donnie's gonna say, nope, even with the satchel. That was my kill. And he takes it from Mr. Mike Honcho. And Mike Honcho has the final laugh as he eliminates Donnie with his satchel. Be reminded, everybody, that satchels on destroyed tanks do like to blow up after a few seconds of them being on said exploded vehicle. Keep that in mind next time you go ahead and place one of those. Cream of meat, though. Looks like he is becoming cream. Commander Sessenpolt, though, looking to try to do what he can. Help his buddies out. Mason is rad. Previous commander of the Axis forces in the last match. Trading in to go with the automatic rifle, carrying the BAR here. Leading with Dad. Found him. I know some of you guys in the audience may be looking for Dad. Found him. All of this years ago, went to go get milk, never came back. Turns out he was fighting in Carentan. Hopefully he will get back soon. We see smoke really coming in, cloud out the Allied advance here into town center. Axis pressure coming in on ruins, though. All right. Looks like Allied forces, though, are starting to close in on town center. Big rockets, though, coming in from the top of the church tower by Mendez. Very interested to see if he was able to snipe that. That would have been quite the rocket. He did end up getting Garrison. Nope, looks like Garrison is not taken down, so... Pressure coming in from the Allied forces onto Cap. About a third of the way, Cap. Flickered back over the Axis forces. Let's take a look and see what President Trump is doing in here. Looks like our friendly friend from SVS and Kimber 40. Trying to hold down this Shree entrance here. As we see shots coming to the back from Pench. Let's go ahead and take a look, see what the battle over on ruins is looking like. IDK T-Bell running around with the BAR again. So we see a bombing run coming in for one of the teams. Looks like for the Allied forces here on the southern side. Did it get Garrison? It did. So Garrison eliminated here for the Axis forces on Carentan town center. As a strafing run comes in for the Axis. Now, 3/4 of the way capped here for the Allies, now in strong control of town center. As the cap now goes to the Allied side. I'm going to change that to a 3-2 lead for the Allies. All right. Appreciate you guys tuning in today as we do a practice stream here, making sure we've got all the bells and I'm sorry, I's dotted, T's crossed as Devink able to eliminate the allied member here. Fury though hearing the shots, trying to turn around, see what he can find. Vic though not moving a muscle, trying to hold that angle. Fury knows he's there. Devink though does not know that Fury's there. Fury unclips a grenade. Throws said grenade. We do not see it come down, but doesn't mean it's not in the area. Oh, looks like Fury may have clipped the top of that archway. Unfortunately, as being an assault class with the Thompson. Nope, he's got a shotty. Looks like that grenade though, landing true, takes him out. Faded to unknown, seeing Dasser in the backside. And Dasser most likely watering the tree between lives. Faded though, getting shots on Dasser. Dasser seeing where those shots are coming from though, but Faded unable to get him eliminated yet. Gonna go right back to it though. Dasser getting shots now. Sees Faded, getting shots. Faded taking out Dasser finally with the grease gun. Good work by Faded to go ahead and do that. These Tussocks running around, trying to get a good angle on the backside here. It's President Trump trying to hold down the backside of Town Center. If we are going to get a battle here between D's and President Trump. President Trump running the opposite direction. The Tusks getting some shots. Ricochets most likely, not intended for him. Let's go ahead, we're going to keep trying to spread the love here. See all of the players here in the server, so Green 1706. Welcome, Green. Not sure where he got taken out. Hopefully it wasn't absolutely bad. I doubt it was though. Sticky Icky might have been the one to get the shot. Dynamite Concho, Paka 12214, Cruiser, and Donovan M44, Boomer Bob, Dasser, Dad, IDK Bell, Big Daddy 911, Lieutenant Pickle, Yapping, Dynamite Concho, Gabrick Brown Food, Mesa SVS. Good to see you guys here. Axis forces now just over halfway capped on Town Center, but losing more and more pressure as more allies fade into that point. Faded unknown and Zero Sir 201 holding down the F fort from the top of the third story. Getting shots on Cotton Fever, taking out Cotton Fever and Big Daddy 911. Dunking Go. Airborne Mortar. Pancake 7716. Good to see you again, Mr. Pancake. Wistra. We see a Panther tank coming over here, queued by Mimic Cleanup Leader and Partagast. Gonna be making a push down here into ruins, hoping that his team gets the cap. But ooh, boys and girls, we have a tank battle here. Panther gets a medium Sherman, able to take him out in one foul swoop. Good play from Mimic and his crew. Be interesting as T17 releases these upcoming updates to see how those affect the armor rework as they are planning to do. Little Tinker tool knows that you can go ahead and make some changes to things as needed. Increase the speed of your vehicle, increase the armor of your vehicle. Yet to understand exactly how it will affect the competitive hell of this scene. But for the fun of it, we will just have to wait like everybody else to see exactly as Dormanu takes him out. Dormanu getting more shots here on D's. But Dasser coming up from behind, trying to help his teammate D's as he knows the shots are there. Doorman for you does not see Dasser. Dasser looking down the wrong way though. Doorman seeing Dasser, but Junkingo able to take him out before he takes out Dasser. Lucky break for Dasser there. Looks like allied pressure coming 3/4 of the way down there on, let's see, what Customs. Customs is the point we're working with right at the moment. Lots of allied blueberries down here on Customs. So something got back here for the allied forces. And with that, they are going to go up 4-1. So good one on the allies. Now, we don't do this all the time, but for those of you that are here every once in a while, I am a streamer for a current league that's going on right now called TPL. Also look to do some freelancing streams, so if you're out there, you're a leader of a team, feel free to reach on out to me, Discord, YouTube, whatever you'd like. Most likely that garrison would have been eliminated, so Commander Sessenbolt or Commander Tahoe. Pinging probably nothing that's there. As the final 501st here, I think. Oh, Canal Locks, that is the point that we're working with. 502nds on the opposite side of the map. But if you are there, we'd love to have you guys. If you wouldn't mind giving us a like, giving us a subscribe. Trying to grow our viewers, because YouTube does keep some features around the backside. Gotta have more subscribers to be able to unlock some of those, so all subscribers are welcome. Very much appreciate you. I like to stream a lot of Hello Loose content. It's what this channel mostly is all about. As Rick Van Dingo, Sergeant Pigback are coming along the southern side here. Hoping to broadcast also some other matches in the upcoming leagues as well. Feel free to reach out. I'm definitely new to the streaming scene, but trying to do everything I can to spread some of the fun and joy that this game brings to so many people around the world. Mimic and his crew look like they are coming back. Lieutenant Mike Honcho getting shots at him though. Ducking back behind it is Sweets coming up to try to get Mike Honcho. Mike Honcho hoping to get some camouflage here. Colo runs right into Sacker but takes him out. Good luck there. Sweets hearing the shots. Seeing Mike Honcho diving, ducking, dodging here as he goes, and unfortunately is eliminated. Axis forces now pushing hard into customs. Getting some cap pressure here. Go ahead and take a look, see how we're looking on the southern end here. Mason's rad on his own little island here in the middle of the hedges. Careful though. Boats and Nodes is also another pillar from the 22nd 4ID clan. He is moving on up, but Mason handles him without any difficulty, so very good. Mason getting those shots there with that BIR. Putting lots of fire in. Mason still going after it though. Getting shots off, but taken out by Venstra. Unfortunate. Led a good life there, Mason. As the Axis forces appear to have a good lockup on the northern side of customs here. Now that's going to be a big push for them to get through customs here into town center again. As we see a bombing run coming in for the Axis forces. Bombing run airhead combo for the Axis. Commander Sessenbolt pulling that in here. Now gonna land here. Tuba Dave not knowing. Did Tuba Dave see that come in? He sure did. So Tuba Dave on the airhead. Gonna get that locked out. Gonna give Tuba a nice little viewpoint here on the stream. Well done, Tuba Dave, noticing that that airhead was coming down. But the Axis forces continuing to flood into customs. Boats and Nodes wiping an OP. And with that, the Axis forces will gain control back over customs as Sweets and Cotton Fever Yuki are the only allies up in that area. Now, it's Johnny is back up here. Trying to stem the tide of other allied forces. Now trying to push down the road back into customs. Trying to extend their front line here. SGT 308. Getting some fight and pressure on here. As Miller time is removed. Yeah, Payne also there. See a reciprocal bombing run in here for the Allied team. apologies. The intern does not want to leave the room, so you just kind of have to deal with him there in the back. All the parents out there will understand, hopefully. Rounds coming in from a tank, though, on the area of Canal crossing here. Take a look and see if we can see where this tank is. Ooh, as a Puma's gotten behind this 76. Let's see if this Puma is able to take out solo Julius Caesar running, trying to crew a 76 all by himself. Let's see if he's able to get around, and the Puma runs away. Is he going to get free? It's EKS Imperial, Sir Himothy, and Ziggy Zaggy able to Ziggy Zaggy away. Julius Caesar, though, might be the lone tanker here for the Allied forces. Somebody get in there with this man. Help him out. Needs some help in crewing these tanks. Poor Bob, though, making the trek, the treacherous trek across the road, across the boats here. Hey there, guy. Though, seeing Boomer Bob takes him out. Dang, Boomer Bob, so you want to cross those? It's all gonna be for naught, as you're just gonna die tired. These Tussacks, though, trying to come avenge Mr. Boomer Bob's death with that Car 98 on the back side here. Hey there, guy on the back side, all hiding behind the buildings. Sir Steez Little, Julius Caesar, 10th Alarm 8. Go leave these guys up on the backside to go ahead and battle it out on their own. Let's fix our scorebook here. Mike Honcho was eliminated, though. Boomer Bob, 790. Back in the fight after his little tussle across the boat. Totem, Yunky, and Dormanu. And what they can to hold down that front line here, prevent those Axis forces from pushing down the road. Go ahead and take a look, see what we're working with on the backside here. So we do have Smokey Khrushchev on the backside, running. The sniper with G-Man CFC. President Trump, Mesa, Smelly Wombat, Tejo, Commander Tejo on the bottom. Flies coming in for both teams. So we can see our main front line does appear to be up here in the area of customs. Seeing some tank marks come in from L Squad lead. Hey there, guy, calling some things out for his crews. Sergeantism and Oddball run around in their tank again. Yes! Sir Steels. Lieutenant Mike Honcho not knowing each other there. Run around. Steez, though, appears that he may have heard Honcho. But turn around, Vargoth Melkor. Able to take him out. Commander Sessenpold appears to have relinquished command to Bean. Bean now running. Bob and Baka. Lamb Whale. All trying just to hold down roads as they lead into the point. Trip 666 taken out. Twilight, though, on the backside with a pistol, facing down Takmino and Boomer Bob. He is not going to go down without a fight, though. Twilight getting shots now. 3-on-1. Twilight making the call to just jump ship. Try to hide in the corner there. Wait for them to come to him. Takmimo, though, not afraid as he is leading the charge here. Out for Twilight. Like a magician, Twilight trying to give his best magician's impression here. Trying to hide in the smoke. Twilight, though, taking out Tak. Let's go ahead and pop on our X-ray vision here so we can see exactly where these guys are. Twilight getting shots. Takamino, though, hearing the shots, trying to get him out. Twilight taking 2 of them. Oh, attack. Thrower bomb, though, on the backside. Run into... Oh, Twilight unable to get them both. Although, Twilight, we will give you props for taking 3-on-1 there. And getting one of them. Well done, Twilight. I'm gonna run, see where some of our other battles are going on here. So it looks like Allied forces are getting more into the gap here. Absolute bad airborne mortar. Miller Time and Wade all pushing down the road here. Trying to find a way to town center, free of allies, as cap pressure coming in for the allies up on customs. Appears they must have pushed up through train station, derailed train down here. Up into the north as Axis forces begin to fall back. And Kimberly 40 is removed. Coomer also eliminated from the competition. Confever coming on in the western side here of customs. Morgoth Melkor. Oh, and Cotton Fever takes out Melgor. Good on him. Axis transport truck. Looks like an insurance liability waiting to happen here, as it was driven right into the wall. But I think the homeowner has a little bit more issues on their side already, as the home was probably already destroyed. But, you know, unfortunately, the insurance agent might very well, the insurance company might deny that claim. As it appears that a raging battle is going around it. Probably not covered in the policy. The junkie go. Making sure the road is clear, and it looks like he is good to go. Go ahead and take a look, see how this battle is going over here, over the midpoint here of town center. Coomer was eliminated as Skytrash and Sirio come on through. Sticky Icky 420. Big Daddy taken out. Sticky Icky just trying to do what he can to hold down the fort. I think we have a good number of Axis forces starting to make a push into town center, though. Got pressure on customs coming in. Being currently contested. Let's zoom on over, see what we're looking at. Cap pressure coming in. Allies are in control, have the cap majority, and it appears that supplies are dropping for the Axis, meaning they may have gotten the garrison here as Mason is rad is pushing on in. Yuki right behind him. Cotton Fever and Smelly Wombat. Hearing a bombing run come in. See, it's going to go over town center, it looks like, so it is an Axis bombing run. Running right over the middle. Cap pressure, though, coming in for the Allies. Continuing on customs there, but Airhead being pulled down here by Commander. Lieutenant Pickle, though, don't know if he notices that. He might notice Airhead is there, but might not know exactly what to do, how to handle that. Might have gotten rid of all the grenades in his pocket here, so we're going to stick with here as cap progress coming in for the Axis forces as well. So currently a cap race going on here between the Allied and the Axis forces. And Pickle might get his moment of glory here on our Falcon cast today. Workman of Yashia also here. Let's try to watch this first spawn on the Airhead, see if it goes up. Sticky Icky 420. Unaware. About to get a nasty surprise from this Airhead, as it is just about to spawn any second now. Airhead still is live, though, for the Axis forces. Cap pressure, though, coming in for the Allies as they are nearing a 4-1 lead here. Nobody's come quite into the Airhead yet. Might be locking it out as Lieutenant Pickle is there. Airhead's going to be eliminated, though, if the Allies are able to get this cap. And with that, Allies have gone up 3-2. Good work, Allies. With that 3-2 lead now for the Allied squad. Well, it appears that those that may have been stream sniping are not able to do the same thing now. Seems like it might have been a skill issue. As the Allied forces, the team that I am streaming from this time, are winning 4-1 currently. So Axis forces, cap pressure coming in on canal locks now. Ronald Spears and Sergeant Sigback leading the charge. Thomas 1197 coming over. Does not appear that the Axis forces have a spawn here in the hard cap. This will be big for the Allies if they're able to go ahead and continue getting bodies here. Junkingo is taken out. Sergeant Sigback with a good shot from the top here. Cap pressure continuing to come on in. Rick Fandango or Thomas taking out Junkingo. Hyperion, Yapane on the backside here. Cap pressure both sides here. Axis going in for customs. But the Allies flooding more and more bodies here from the south. So we are looking at pretty much this line right here. That would be our boundary line. So everybody on the left side of the screen from here is inside of cap pressure here. And it's strongly here in the cap of the hard cap here for the Allied forces. As Yapane is eliminated. Airborne Mortar, though, coming in trying to do what he can. Hyperion taking out Workman, though. More and more Axis forces pushing hard into the cap. Rick Fandango eliminated by Sea Dog. Airborne Meteor taking out the other. Bring them out though. Cap pressure stalled for the Allies. Customs still being taken by the Axis. So they're getting help from that garrison spawn that they had. But still do not appear to have something in the backside. Well, there we go. Looks like garrison has been put up. Now for the Axis forces. As now they are firmly in control here. However, a bombing run from Commander Tejo could be devastating to the Axis forces right at this time. The front line from the Allied forces are moving up. As they are defending again on the backside. Thanks everybody for joining us today. This is the 22nd 4ID West server. Just out here broadcasting some public matches here just for fun. Get a little practice on my side. And try not that the interns ruin the broadcast too much. Looks like he has finally decided to leave the room, so it should get a little less quiet here. A little more quiet. Alright, so again, yeah, join link is at the bottom. If anybody is interested in joining a fabulous Hell Let Loose community, I invite you to do so with the Hell Let Loose Discord link there at the discord.gg/22nd4ID. By myself, few of members here. Anybody that you come into the server with a 4ID or 22nd tag is a member of the community. Doing so would allow you to go ahead, submit an application, and join us. And throw on that 4ID tag yourself. 22nd members, though, are members of our competitive side, as Donnie is just thrown halfway across the map there. So 22nd are the members that have been a part of the community for the longest. They also are core members of our competition team. As Commander Bean is able to get behind, take out some OPs on the backside. But 4ID or 22nd tag, nonetheless, everybody is a member of the community. Dasser taking out Brown. Rothsum or Gothlover turn around and eliminating him. Again, as part of the server, we like to have fun, like to have games, community events, take nights. good shooters, and of course, competitive Hell Let Loose. Anybody that loves this game, loves the team aspect of it, highly recommend you check out competitive Hell Let Loose, whether it's with the 22nd or another competitive clan. Because it is honestly a lot of fun to run around with a number of teammates that all have a game plan going in. Everybody's on comms, everybody's talking. Everybody's putting up garrisons. Just trying to do what they can to secure the win for the team. Check out my channel. I do have a few other casts up here from a current season of Hell Let Loose competitive league that is going on here at the moment, called TPL, the Premier League of Hell Let Loose. Other leagues that you can look for on YouTube, of course, Summit Tournament. Kind of happens in the off time of TPL. TPL happens in the off time of Summit. A lot of people put lots of time and effort into these. Really just give as many people as much of a good opportunity to just enjoy this game that we love. Shout out to everybody. It's J-Mac going for a swim on the backside. Will he make it out? That is the question of the day. He does! So J-Mac able to get through the canal. Not quite walking on water, but able to get through holding his breath. Blue Sky Ovo, though, over here with Rockstar and Vinstra. Blue Sky, is he going to be able to turn around? Blue Sky does not know Rockstar is laying in with his MG just feet from his left side. Mr. Blue Sky. Back here, Mr. Rockstar, though. Trying to get away from the bullet fire. Looks like we're going to have a collision course. No, Blue Sky goes up. Rockstar takes the low road, and they run across each other. Oh, Rockstar, though, did not see Blue Sky. Blue Sky able to finally get the kill there and make his escape from the shed. Alright, so now it seems like all the teams have equalized. Front line pressure from the area of customs down through canal locks here. Mason is rad, again coming off with some shots here with that BAR. Boats and notes though, lobbing his grenades into the fight. Lobs it. Mason is rad though. Is right behind it. Is blown up by Boats and Nodes. Boats and Nodes getting the kill. Good work, Mr. Boats. As a friendly reminder from all of the commanders in the lobby, please take some time to build up some of those nodes. Help us help you. Beginning of a match. This message brought to you by every single commander in Hell Let Loose, whether you be console or PC. MOC though, trying to make his eyes around here. Dad X's. Kadatha. Coming on up. Smelly Wombat, though, throwing some grenades as well. Mock taking on Wombat. Dadex is taking on Kadatha. Who is going to win? Kadatha taking out Dax's. Dadex's. Leaving Mox and Smelly Wombat. Mock taking out Smelly Wombat. We are now one-on-one. Here we go. We got a Car 98 against a M1 Grand rifle here. Let's take a look, see who wins this battle. Battle of the century here. M1 Carbine, actually, by Kadatha. Oh, Kadatha not seeing Mock. Mock, though, making the push. Mock taking a shot. Both missing their shots. Epic fight. We might see shovels. No, we have gone to pistol by Mock. Kadatha able to take it out, though. He was injured in the play. Good battle, you two. We hope to see more epic fights from you in the future. I tip my hat to everybody that plays this game nice and patiently able to hold corners, wait for the enemy to come to you. I and my friends have a wonderful little companion called ADHD. Really makes it difficult for me to be able to do that. As the Axis have now pulled out a half-track. Half-track spawns underutilized here in Hell Let Loose. See a lot in pub matches though. One problem with them is that they take 50 seconds to be able to spawn on. Might actually be a full minute. I don't know, I have to double check myself here. Bike total though, making the mistake of moving said garrison. Moving said half track. And it is then eliminated by Izzy Dog. Izzy Dog with the big ol' rocket. Kimber 45 most likely wanting to get rid of that as well. Boats and Nodes, though, still hanging on the outskirts there. There's Donnie M4 and Jack Mac also are trying to push in. Thomas 1197 was removed and eliminated from the competition, but Mason's Rad's back on the fight here with Boats and Nodes, not giving up that grenade, took it a little personal, and now Boats and Nodes is eliminated by Mason is Rad. I think that is a good little battle going between the two of them we saw earlier as well. Here's the Allied forces are getting around a little bit of a wrap behind Canal Locks, though. All right. For those of you guys joining in the digital world, appreciate you guys joining in, having fun with us. But in reality, this is for the players. This is for them to all get a look at themselves on camera, have fun, enjoy themselves for a match or two, and get back to the normal competitive sphere. So Lux here for the Axis side just is pounding into the point. Sakaro and Sergeant Oddball just doing everything they can to eliminate as many allies as they can from Customs. Axis forces coming in from the north side. Mr. Bean also go ahead and leading his troops on in. Sergeant Elias also trying to help lead his crew and his squad, trying to get his OP down. As Artie begins to come on into the point. The Axis Panzer IV trying to come in and give some additional pressure as we are nearing halfway capped here for the Axis forces. Cap pressure coming in on 502nd though. We are unknown if Reinforce is down for the Allies. But at this time, they definitely own the hard cap circle. Cap progress nearing 60% here for the Allies, or for the Axis. Could see a quick flip here. There's plenty of bodies are up on the northern side, eastern side here for the Allies. Axis, though, in full control over Customs. Keep our ear to the sky here as we are looking potentially for an bombing run here for the Axis forces, or the Allied forces. Steele is able to get a double kill on Kravis and Dad X's. Follow Mr. Sir Steele as he goes around trying to eliminate allies. Bad guys, I mean. And with that, we have a flip to the Allied squad now leading at 3-2. Alrighty, thank you guys very much. Sorry I had to step away for just a moment. Looks like we are having more and more pressure, though, coming in for the Allies on customs. Did a good old flipperoo here on the Axis forces. They're pushing in strong. Ace with a great rocket on the destroyed Puma, though, unfortunately. Thomas, though, looks like he may have gotten a satchel on the Tiger tank here. Good play from Thomas, eliminating that. Cap pressure still coming in for the Allies. Was stalled for just a moment, but is still gone. We're still coming in now. It was there. Back on the positive side of the cap pressure. Great rocket there, though, from Cardaddy, is able to take out that Allied tank. We got ourselves another cap race here, ladies and gentlemen. Town center falling to the Axis forces, but customs falling to the Allied side as they continue to flood on into the point. Go ahead and take a look and see where everybody is currently sitting here at the moment. Axis forces trying to get desperately back in from the south as the north, the Allies are overwhelmingly to the north here. With that, it'll be interesting to see if they were able to eliminate any spawns that they had on the north side for the Axis forces. Might allow them to push quickly back up onto the point. Cap pressure nearing 60% here, almost 2/3 of the way. Here's the interns have joined us again here on the Falcon cast, so throw a little patience out there. Appreciate you guys joining us. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. All the help you can provide to the channel is greatly appreciated as we try to continue to spread the joy of this Hell at least seen to those that may be unfamiliar with it. But let's be honest, the only people watching this are people that are already familiar with it. So with that, we thank you for coming and listening to this random guy on the internet talk for a good hour and a half, 2 hours. Smoke, though, the lone Axis member here in the hard cap as premium note is taken out. Taco Beast, though, hiding on top of the roof in the attic here. Has a really good look over the Allied forces coming in from north. As he is using his FG-42, cap pressure comes in for the Allies on the northern side on the final point. Canal locks, gonna be locking out their HQ. So right now we are looking to make sure the Axis forces have a spawn back here, which looks like the previous spawn for the Axis is gone, so they no longer have that presence here. We got Colonel Lingus here on the backside, making sure that anybody that comes from back here is going to be taken out. As Axis forces are having to come from the middle HQ. So with that, the Allies are going to need to get to more and more bodies here into the eastern side. As this mob of Axis forces coming from the middle HQ tries to get back into the point. Halfway cap now. Can the Axis forces get here in time? Will the Allies secure the cap? We don't know, is yet to be determined. Bombing run for the Allied forces coming in, though, unfortunately angled the wrong way. It is going to miss the large majority of those Axis forces, though. But with that, cap pressure coming back into the defensive side, able to regain their control here as premium note, looking to drop a box, hopefully, so that officer boats and notes can hopefully get a garrison up. No garrison yet on the point here for the Axis. But Boomer Bob trying to do his best to get his squad, and Dadex is here on the backside. Push down into customs. As Artie for the Axis side is coming in. Rick Fandango, though, trying to dodge bullets from Sirio 201. Looks like Sirio has been able to land some shots, but Rick Fandango, though, running, getting some shots as well, but taken out by Sirio. Good shooting from Sirio. Okay, so more and more Allied forces are coming in from the northern side here. Ah, and we have a Katie Bear spot. Katie Bear, no doubt, getting on here for the evening here. He is running the AT class, though. Allied cap pressure coming in. As we are getting a strong mashup of people from Allied and the Axis forces meeting here in the middle of hardcap on canal locks here, on channel locks. Doggo Beast eliminated from his previous position up in the top of that 3-story house over on Customs, though. Axis defenders, though, are able to get their spot back in here. Let's go ahead and take a look, see how we're looking on the backside here for the Allied side. Donnie M4, King Bundy, Jakers, and Pat the Mad. Smalls. King Bundy says, "You're killing me, Smalls." And takes him out. So in reality, Smalls, King Bundy killed Smalls. One thing you never notice is, until you do these castings, it's how hard it is to kind of carry conversations on for an hour and a half. You run out of things to talk about, frankly. So when you hit that point, you get me rambling on about random things. Izzy Dog, though, trying to do what he can to fight off these fights. As King Bundy coming through and gets Izzy Dog, leading his squad mates into Customs here. As we get more and more battle bodies here. Battle bodies, that's a weird word. Don't quote me on that. Probably haunt me. For the Allied and the Axis forces here. Axis forces still with the strong cap majority here on canal locks. Katie Bear, though, was eliminated. All right. SGT 308, though, trying to hold down the top boats and nodes here. Looking to get his OP up, get his squad mates into the fight. Establish a perimeter here, as it looks like more and more Axis forces are pushing into the hard cap here. Might start seeing some pressure flip here for the Allies. 20 minutes left in this match here on Carentan today between the Axis and the Allied forces here on the 22nd West server. 22nd 4ID West server. Discord link is in the chat. Invite everybody to come on out and have a good time. Join in on the community, because Hella Loose was made to be played as a community. Get to know some people, get to know some friends, play people from around the world. Starting to sound like a Navy commercial. See the world. Meet people from exotic lands. Slick Matter is taken out by Magic Man 604. Donnie M4, Pat the Mad, though, trying to do what he can to hold it as Blue Sky. Mr. Blue Sky, all alone in the factory complex here. Right now, we seem to have an even division here. Axis forces in the hard cap, really controlling that, but the northern portion going to the Allies as they continue to flood in from the north. Looks like we've got 201 Mendez and 201 Zero playing opposite sides here. Looks like two friends battling it out here on the battlefield of Carentan. Dormanu running on up. Smelly Wombat, Faded Unknown, Smalls. recovering from his injuries earlier on the bridge, is now up fighting with Hooch. Looks like Mendez may have had the final laugh on his counterpart from the 201. It looks like all Axis power on Customs has been eliminated. This will be the final match that we are featuring tonight on our show. Appreciate everybody joining us that has. Hope you've enjoyed seeing yourself. Hopefully we'll be able to spawn around, see everybody. With all the names up, hopefully at one time you've been able to see yourself. So at the end of the day, this is what we're here for, just for you guys to get a taste of what these admin cam matches are like. Because it is honestly fun to see yourself in these matches. But there have not been a lot of tanks out rolling around recently. Lieutenant Pickle is coming across on the 76 here. Julius Caesar, Mr. Twilight, T. Flutter, T. Flutter. Moving on up as Tejo Commander and Workman have been eliminated. But this 76 can do a lot of damage here on the backside. Panzer IV here for the Allied by EKS Ziggy-Zaggy. Sir Himothy. Sergeant Oddball trying to repair their tanks, both of them coming up to this repair station. It's unknown yet if they are aware of this 76 that is coming in from the backside here, crewed by Julius Caesar and his side. Most likely Smoke has been able to call him out here. As this 76 is moving on in here, taking out Smoke. Oh, this Lux, though, is going to get noticed here in just a moment. Yep, 76 is locked onto the Lux. Gets a shot on the Lux, and it is eliminated. Most likely sending EKS, Imperial and his crew into a frenzy here as they know this 76 is here. Katie Bear, though, trying to do what he can to help out his teammate here. Any rocket he gets on it is going to help out greatly. Lee JS, though, looking to possibly get a satchel on him. Lee JS has been taken out, though. Azure Strike coming in from Katie Bear, though. Katie Bear looking to line this up. Let's get a look at Katie Bear, see if we can see what he looks at. Then not rendering in for Mr. Katie Bear, so we're going to go third-person view with the handy-dandy laser pointer. Pointing out to EKS to let him know exactly where he is. As the 76 knows the angle that he is, Hyperion, no doubt, desperately ticking for EKS and his crew to know exactly where this guy is. Hyperion gonna play homing pigeon here, jumping on, letting his guys know exactly where he is. I can respect that. That is often a tactic I use, as it is easier than live pinging, just to say, hey, 76 is moving with me. You see my dot move? I am moving with it. Katie Bear, though, with the P-Shrek, getting behind. Katie Bear, though, making sure he has at a good enough range behind it. Gets a rocket. One shot. Katie Bear able to get a rocket on him, but was eliminated. Workman coming up to save his crewman here. Brett being eliminated as Hyperion is the only person back here, and as an officer cannot unfortunately do anything to Julius Caesar and his tank crew. But he is injured. Unknown if he currently is engined at the moment, as he has not moved yet since being hit by that. come back and examine that. Oh, and the 76 takes out EKS Imperial and his crew. He is not engined. Just moving on by. With that Allied forces pushing strongly here in the cap, pushing the Axis forces all the way back. Good work on the Allies to slowly box out the X, to block out the Allied. Good work with the Allies to block in, let's say, the Axis powers as they are forced to stay to the buildings. Rick Van Dago was eliminated. Might have been by I'm your Huckleberry. Just a heads up for everybody out there. That's why we notified the lobby that the match was being broadcasted. So if anybody wished not to participate, they were able to do so. 12 minutes left in this one, though. 12 minutes left in our stream. Appreciate you guys joining us. Feel free to give us a like, give us a subscribe. Every little bit helps as we try to fight back against the man of YouTube. Makes it sound bad. But in reality, they do gatekeep some features behind some subscriber walls. So the more subscribers you have, the better tools and features that you have. So I would very much appreciate any help that you guys have as I try to bring as much of this hello-less world to you guys, to the fingertips of your phone, your computer screens at home. Appreciate you guys joining us. Again, I'm your host, Night Falcon, today. Casting these live matches here from the comfort of Falcon Studios. Great rockets coming in from Poncho, though. Katie Bear, Julius Caesar, Twilight, and Flutter just trying to get out. And look at this cinematic look here as they just run for their lives. Fortunately, that rocket was way behind the tank. Let's see if any other tanks are being rolled out here for the Axis forces. Yes, a Tiger tank has been called up. EKS, Sir Himothy, and Ziggy Zaggy, though, coming up, trying to get revenge on Julius Caesar and his 76 for taking them out earlier. Sniper Kalingas, though, most likely trying to come off of this Ardia. Sky Trash is raining in explosive trash from above in the form of 88mm shells. I believe that's what it is, 88mm. A little love for Sky Trash back here. Jeff War, 44 on the MG. Julius Caesar and Workman. Julius Caesar trying to repair his tank. Interesting strategy, though, from Julius Caesar to leave his back end exposed to other rockets. But unfortunately for the Axis powers, those rockets ricocheted as Julius Caesar continues to repair his tank. Smoke's going up. And the tank is eliminated by most likely, oh, that Tiger tank. Yeah, EKS and his crew were able to get up and get an angle on that 76. So they are having the last lap here. Nearing 10 minutes left here in the match. Bombing run coming in, though, for the Allied forces as they try to eliminate and get cap pressure here for the Axis, or for their friendly forces here, but Customs is halfway eliminated, or halfway taken here by the Axis side. Lieutenant Mike Concho. Zero, Stoke Falk, Bosun Nodes, though, the only officer in the area. Sinless Parody, never mind, there as well. Unknown if they were able to get OPs up. Unknown of what spawns they may have here. The cap pressure still coming in for the Axis forces. Nearing 2/3 of the way capped here for the Axis side as they control hard cap here. Could have an exciting 8 minutes here. Unknown if a bombing run, airhead, or anything of that nature would be available for the Axis side, as they now own the entire north side of customs. Most likely that might have been how they got bodies into the point. But with 8 minutes left, I can throw this map up and nobody will know exactly what to do because they can't stream snipe this. For all the haters out there, suck. Just kidding. We appreciate having you here. Lovers and haters, we're here just to have fun. Looking at the map for the Allies. Good garrison network coming in around town center, though. No cap pressure coming in yet for the Axis, so they do not have anybody quickly back here. Dasser, though, dying to get bodies back into town center. As Commander Tejo seems to have marked out some type of spawn, but it appears that that is not the case. Alrighty, and with 6 minutes left, we are back to a 3-2 lead for the Allied forces. More and more garrisons getting spawned out back here for the Axis. Allies appear to be coming back to Turtle, as no other spawns are available, wanting to try to hold back on their friendly defensive point. Looks like an airhead is up for the Axis forces, though. Matter, though, able to protect it. Thomas, though, unfortunately not able to help. So this will get a spawn off, as a big spawn wave here for the Axis side has been able to come off. Go ahead and file this spawn wave in as Sergeant Sigback and Thomas 1197 trying to do what they can to fight off Premium Note and company. Sergeant Major Problem, though, trying to utilize the STG to his advantage. Everybody seeking protection here from the boxes. A little bit of cover from Mr. Sigback and his crew. Gonna go above to the Falcon Cam here to get a look from the bird's eye perspective down here on the action. Thomas is eliminated, though, by the Axis forces. Sergeant Sigback now the only man back here. As Rockstar 69 XXX mows down the front line with the MG, trying to pave a way for his crew to get off his airhead and into the point. With 4 minutes 45 seconds left, the Axis forces do have only 2 minutes and 40 seconds to get on into the cap here. Otherwise, it will go to an Allied victory to 3-2 here on Carentan today. Communist scum smoking Matter, doing what he can to wrap around from the other side here. Sigback, though, staying alive, being a beast here on the backside, preventing this entire pack of Axis forces. Give a good shout out to Sergeant Sigback here, making a play here for player of the match. Thomas 1197 though, trying to come in and provide additional support here for Sigback. Car Daddy St. Elias, Chili Bean with the rocket shot. Firing it on a map asset truck. Thomas 1197 though, taking out Car Daddy and taking out the other Axis crew. Chili Bean 50 though. Here's that from the airhead, the Axis forces have been able to make their way in from the south. Coming in from the south side, large bodies spawning in. Giving us a good 1 minute 30 seconds left here on the match. Or 1 minute 30 seconds left to try to see cap pressure for the Allies. It appears that many of the Allies have been wiped off of the, or are waiting in the redeploy screens. Cap pressure, though, coming in for the Axis forces. Not quite enough yet, but here with 3 minutes left, there very well could be some additional pressure coming in here for the Allies. For the Axis. Now, cap pressure on Customs also teetering back to the favor of the Allies. See if they can snuff them out as the rest of the bodies have 50 seconds to continue capping pressure here on Town Center. No reinforcements down here for the Allies, so we are body on body here, just trying to get as many bodies here into the Allied strong point here as the Axis can. But unfortunately, no pressure has ticked over yet. Pressure on Canal or Customs still coming in for the Allies. The Squirt Magic 69 here is the only body back here for the Axis forces. Fighting against additional cap pressure from the Allies. 16 seconds, 15, 14. Will the Axis be able to start having cap pressure? They've got plenty of bodies back. It's promising, but unknown at this time. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And with that, the Allies will secure at least a 3-2 victory, potentially a 4-1. Appreciate you guys joining us today here on the Falcon Cast. I've been Night Falcon, streaming this here for you. Just trying to show everybody how fun this match can be. At the end of the day, this is a public match, not a competitive match. For all the tryhards out there, we hope that you had some fun, and took life a little less seriously for a while. Because at the end of the day, this is a video game, remember. Like whose line is it anyway? All the points are made up. All the rules are made up. Points don't matter. This is a video game, sirs. Appreciate you guys joining us, though. Look forward to seeing you guys on future TPL matches. You do like this kind of content, invite you to check out my page, give a nice subscribe here. Be notified when I go live, because most likely those are going to be for competitive matches in the Hello Loose world, whether that be for the Premier League or for Allies, just friendly play, other matches, other streams going on in the world. Also invite you to go ahead and do a quick Google search or YouTube search. There are plenty of these matches being broadcast out there every day, especially over the weekends, for you guys to be able to enjoy. So with 30 seconds left, appreciate you guys all joining. This will be the last match that will be cast. Post a quick message out in the server here for everybody to know that after this, no other casting will be done. With that, let's go ahead. We are going to give Mr. Sigback our player of the match here, if we can find him. Not sure where he is leading. There he is. Mr. Sigback, player of the match. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. Again, Night Falcon, your host here. Appreciate you guys joining us. And like always, have a wonderful rest of your day.